They're putting on a show, and Letty's falling in with them. I don't get it. Neither do I. Prather was saying this morning they might try and change venue. Move it to another county where they can get more black jurors. Any truth to it? Just a rumor, I guess. You know Marshall. I swear I think he starts half the gossip in town. Any more rumors? Oh, yes, Jay. They're buzzing everywhere. The guys way off when you walk in, but as soon as you're gone, it's all they talk about. The door opened and two clerks from the tax collector's office walked in and sat at a table nearby. Jake knew them and nodded politely. They were close enough to hear, and they would indeed absorb everything. He leaned toward Dell and said softly, "Keep your ears open, okay? Jake, buddy, you know I messed up." "I know." Jake left $1 for the coffee and said goodbye. Still unwilling to return to his desk, Jake strolled around the square and stopped at the office of Nick Norton, another sole practitioner who had graduated from the Ole Miss Law School the year Jake started. Nick had inherited the law office from his uncle and was, in all likelihood, somewhat busy with Jake. They referred clients back and forth across the square, and in 10 years had managed to avoid any unpleasant disagreements. 2 years earlier, Nick had represented Marvis Lang when he pleaded guilty to drug trafficking and assault with a deadly weapon. The family had paid a fee of $5,000 in cash, less than what Nick wanted, but more than what most of his clients would pay. Marvis had been dead guilty, and there had been little wiggle room. Plus, he had been unwilling to squeal on his co-defendants. Nick negotiated a 12-year sentence. 4 days earlier, over lunch, Nick had told Jake everything he could about the Lang family and Marvis. He was with a client, but his secretary had pulled a file. Jake promised to copy what he wanted and return it soon. "No rush," said the secretary. "It's been closed for some time." Wade Lanier's favorite lunch spot was Hal and Mal's, an old Jackson haunt a few blocks from the state capitol and a 10-minute walk from his office on State Street. He took his favorite table, ordered a glass of tea, and waited impatiently for 5 minutes until Ian Defoe walked through the door and joined him. They ordered sandwiches, covered the weather and football, and soon enough got down to business. "We'll take the case to trial," Lanier said gravely, his voice barely above a whisper, as if delivering an important secret. Ian sort of nodded and shrugged and said, "That's good to hear." Anything to the contrary would have been a surprise. There weren't too many jackpots in the state, and lots of lawyers were circling around this one. "But we don't need any help," Lanier said. "Herschel has that clown from Memphis, unlicensed, of course, in Mississippi, and he'll just get in the way. There's not a damn thing that boy can do to help us, and he can do plenty to irritate me. Can you talk to Herschel and convince him that he and his sister are on the same team and I can handle it? I don't know, Herschel has his own ideas. Ramona doesn't always agree. Well, figure it out." The courtroom